What makes us different from the other automotive manufacturers. Really, I'm just going to cut a little bit more condensed short because I think a lot of us here know a little bit more about Subaru than some of the other folks out there. But we're really, basically our biggest thing is just the all-wheel drive system and our horizontally opposed boxer engine. Now we have a symmetrical all-wheel drive system. What that means is if you basically cut the vehicle in half, you have equal weight proportion from left to right or right to left. And also a really big component of that all-wheel drive system is that horizontally opposed boxer engine because it really fits with the lateral symmetry of the vehicle. So when we say symmetrical all-wheel drive, there really is a reasoning behind it. Our all-wheel drive system basically transfers power from the wheels from side to side, front to back. And basically you're going to have power going to all the wheels all the time. As soon as one wheel starts slipping, it takes the power away from the wheel that is slipping, and it goes ahead and it gives it to the ones that have the grip that will help you with the traction in that situation. So that's how our all-wheel drive system is a little different from the other automotive manufacturers. Now with us, right now we have the 14 Forester that everybody's really been excited about, very highly anticipated. So we're just going to talk a little bit more about that. Now with the 14 Forester, the biggest value story on this is that you see an increase in the gas mileage, right?
Yes,
all right, there we go.
32.
What is it?
32.
32 miles per gallon on the naturally aspirated. That's going to have a 2.5 four-cylinder boxer engine, 170 horsepower, but we also offer a 2-liter turbo, which is a 2-liter XT turbo, and that's going to give you great gas mileage to upwards of about 30 miles per gallon. Am I right?
Yes.
There we go. And you're also going to see regular fuel for that. So no matter what kind of speed, what kind of versatility that you're looking for, a Forester, we're going to have one that's going to meet for you. So you can get the standard, naturally aspirated, give you 170 horsepower, which would be fun and great gas mileage. But if you want a little bit more speed, you can also go for the XT model as well. Now, regardless of which one that you're going for, you're going to have the same styling for the most part. You're going to have the same versatility, same size, and the same utility that you've been looking for and what you would expect basically from Subaru. Now, some of the changes that we did, obviously, the styling, one of the biggest things that people were wanting actually is that power lift gate. The neatest thing about that is that it is height adjustable. So if you are shorter like me, I'm about 5'2", or if you do go and park your car in areas where you really need a little bit more cramped space, but be mindful of how tall that actually picks up, then you can go ahead and actually adjust the height so that it's easier for you. And you can do that for your key fob, you can do it just for the touch right here. Now when you start looking at the styling of this, you've got obviously nice 17-inch wheels that these are mud and snow that it will come with. Also, some things that you'll notice, we've got these great new front lights with that, the Torrid edition of the STs. Also over here, you see integrated turn signal, which is available. The side doors, this is just general, they're going to open a little bit wider so you can have a little more versatility and utility driven. So it's going to be a lot easier to get in and out of. Another thing that we did, which a lot of people have been wanting, is that passenger seat. Now in the past, if you've got an earlier model, like let's say a 99 or whichever, you can go all the way back on the Foresters if you want. A lot of people felt like they were sitting a little bit too low if you were a passenger in the front seat. So in the previous years, we went ahead and we added a height adjuster. But what we figured out is that most people ended up basically just heightening that seat all the way up. And they never used it for anything else. They just got it in one position. So what we did this year is that we actually moved the seat up in general. So it's not height adjustable, but we've actually heightened it so it's at a higher level. So you don't feel like you're sunken down so much. So that's one of the biggest things that people have been really wanting. And we just said, well, forget the height adjuster. They're just using it for the one thing. Forget about it. We'll just heighten it up. So that's what we did. Another thing that we did too, just for ease of entry, is we actually lowered the sill plate so it's actually easier to get in and out, that little kick area, that's what we call it. And you'll see that we did that for the rear seats as well. One of the things that we did, and of course with the Foresters, they pull down flat, the back seats. So whatever you're using it for, that'll work. You'll notice though that we added points around. We added the console. Now we normally had a console kind of in that seat, the bottom seat part position, but instead we added it right here. We did that because if you have kids that you put in your car seats and things, it's accessible to them too. You know, the kids are back there, they want to be able to get to the stuff instead of all the way down there they can't reach it. So we actually moved it up. If you just have 2 adults back there, at least it's at our side. So that's a lot easier, I think.
I don't know when it's going to go up.
If you've got dogs or children or whatever running up and down the back, you'll see that we actually added a resin coating at that bottom sill plate in the back seat, so that's actually going to be really easier to clean. Now, some of the things that we also added to the vehicle, just to make it a little bit more fun and useful, because we listened to everybody, people wanted and we've heard this a lot, they want to know if we have like a four-wheel drive load, or if we have, well, you know, our signature stuff is a symmetrical all-wheel drive system, so we don't offer that. However, we did this year exclusively to the Forester at the X mode. Now, the X mode basically is going to increase your traction on slippery surfaces upwards of about 13 miles per hour or so. Okay, so if you're at a lower speed and you want to increase traction on slippery surfaces, you just click that on and you're good to go. So that it works with a lot of different systems inside of the vehicle itself to actually give you that capacity, but exclusively the Forester for this year, you'll find the X mode will be available on it. So that's one of the nice things that we did. Now, okay, we talked about all the fun stuff, you know, like all the things that are really going to get you where you need to go, nice mindful things, but you want to have fun in your vehicle too. So across the board, Mr. Consumer, no matter which one you're looking at, you're going to have standard Bluetooth technology. So if you're looking at your standard model on an Impreza, on a Forester, it doesn't matter, you'll have Bluetooth. And you can also have the audio streaming as well. So if you do have, let's say, an iPod or an MP3 player, whatever, that does have the Bluetooth capability, it'll automatically sync it up if you want to, and you can play it through the rest of, you know, the speakers of the vehicle. You'll have to still control it on your iPod or MP3 player, but you'll be able to get that sound going for you. So that'll be standard. So standard is Bluetooth technology in all vehicles, and of course the Forester is no exception. With the Forester, you can get the upgraded audio system. You can also have a navigation system. It's a newer navigation system with an SD card, so you can actually take the SD card out and upgrade and reprogram it at your leisure. I wouldn't recommend it more than 1 or 2 times. Really, maybe once or twice in 4 or 5 years, to be honest, because it takes them a while to compile the information. But really, it's available to you. You can also have the climate control, heated seats, side heated mirrors, front windshield wiper de-icers, a power seat, power lumbar. There's a lot going on with this Forester, and as I mentioned before, we also have the power liftgate. So there's a lot of different things going on with 14 Forester and a lot of different trim levels. As I mentioned, you can get the naturally aspirated with 2.5. You can go with the turbo with the XT, which is nice. And we also have several different trims. We've got the standard model, a premium, we have the limited, and we also have the touring, which is basically the kind of trim that has everything in it. Some of the things that go through the touring, which is one of my favorite things, is actually the one-touch fold-out seat, which is kind of nice to hold out and kind of rolls around. This is such a nice casual narration. This is fun. It's just like, oh, I just don't know. And this is where you're here. So yeah, you'll see it. Oh, that's oh, the seat though. Well, we'll do it on the other one.
What's the cargo volume?
Alright, this one will go there. Alright, you guys ready?
Ready.
Okay, it's gonna come around. Yay! Look at that. That's nice and easy. I know. Let's do the instant replace. I know we're just having fun up here, aren't we? Give
What
me a
is
microphone.
what's the
Watch
cargo
out.
volume back there?
There you go. Offhand, I don't have that right in front of me. I'll be honest, but we can grab that for you.
What's the miles per gallon when you go turbo?
When you go turbo, you're gonna get about 30 on the highway. So you got 32 with the naturally aspirated, about 30 on the highway with the turbo. So, and like I said before, that's not premium. So it's just regular unleaded that you can do. So that really, that increases things a little bit. It really up their game on that one. So,
What model is this?
this is actually 2.5 Touring model. Yeah, and also just in case you're curious how we get better gas mileage, it's because we have a CVT automatic transmission. So if you're looking at the 2.5 or the 2 liter, you're still going to be able to get the CVT transmission. If you're looking at the turbo, it's actually a high torque turbo type of torque. Touring is about 1,500 pounds on the horse.
On the turbo or the lower?
On both. 1,500 pounds on both.
Because the CVT.
Sort of. We'll talk about that. So anyhow, that's just a little bit of what we have going on over here at the Forester. If you have any questions, come on over and let us know. Find information for you. Also, we do have a $250 auto show incentive that we can give you, which is about the purchasing lease of select super vehicles at your local dealership. And we also have a ride drive going on. So if you are curious about driving some of these vehicles that we have out here, let us know. We've got some Outbacks, some Imprezas, and Legacies. Oh my! So you can run on over there and do a test drive, very low pressure, and then if you have any questions, feel free to let us know. So thanks again so much for stopping by.